Looks like the mountaintop over there is getting some fresh snow. Been one of those years we get a little bit of warm weather and the snow melts, and then we get a cold, windy day and it comes back. Anyway, good morning, folks. So I had a kind of a nice thing just now. I feel kind of bad about it, actually, but that the kid there that flipped off my camera flipped off his finger at my camera, I guess I should say, just stopped by the house, and him and his mom, and he said he was sorry for it and wouldn't happen again, and I felt kind of bad for him. He was kind of tearful. I guess it was him and his uncle. So anyway, it kind of gives me a little bit of faith in people again. It was, I mean, like we both told him, it was kind of a dumb thing to do, but at least he wasn't a thief. He didn't take my camera, didn't break my camera. I don't understand why they turned it off. The biggest reason that I put out these bear baits and things, I don't really care about shooting a bear. When you shoot a bear, it costs you money. I mean, we eat the meat and everything, but the hide, you pretty much have to get that tanned. It would be kind of a waste not to, and that costs you several $100. And so unless it's a pretty good sized bear, or just happens to be just the right timing, I'm probably not even going to hunt off of that bait. I put those cameras or the baits out to be legal. Not positive how it would work for just strictly a trail camera bait, but to be legal for a bear bait, I have to buy a bear bait tag, I have to buy a bear bait permit, and then I can hunt off of it, or I can just put the camera on it. And mainly, I just like to see what's up there. If there's a big bear, then yeah, I might get interested in it. But mostly, I just like to see what's around, maybe get a wolf or two, hopefully, and get pictures. I don't really care that much about shooting one. And to come up there and find that somebody had turned off my camera, that wastes my time, it wastes my gas, it wastes my bear bait permit and my hunting tag, at least for that time. I mean, I can turn it on again and it'd be fine. There was no real harm done. It was just kind of a dumb thing to do. I couldn't understand why they would do that. But they didn't break it, and I gotta give them credit for that, and they didn't steal it. They're not thieves. It's just just a dumb thing to do. But anyway, so he stopped by and said he was sorry. We gave him a hug, told him, don't worry about it too badly. And so I don't think he'll be doing that again. His uncle, I don't know. I think I've met him, but I don't know him. And I guess he got mad about it a little bit, but I don't know. It ain't that big a deal. But I did go down to Fish and Game, and I asked them, what is the rules for that? Can somebody legally mess with your camera, and is it illegal to do that, or just what is the rule on that? I wasn't trying to get them in trouble in any way. I just wanted to know. And they told me that there really wasn't any laws against it as far as they knew, and that unless they take it or break it, then there's nearly nothing they can do. So I got back home, and then I looked on the computer, and I'll piece that in here. Basically, from what I found, Idaho trail camera laws, it is illegal. You're not supposed to touch it, delete pictures of it, or anything like that without the owner's permission to do that, unless it's on your own private property and you find it on your place. If it's up in the woods or anything, you're not supposed to touch it. So I hope he's watching this and kind of understands that, you know, we're on the same side. He's up in the woods having fun, and so am I, and to turn that off, it kind of takes my fun away, and I don't, I wouldn't do it to him anyway. So, anyhow, enough of that. It makes me happy that he is a good kid after all. Well, that's a lot easier than a cutting torch. A lot cleaner cut, too. You could probably trim off a little bit more of that anyway. These barrels have a small amount of oil and water in them, though. We'll have to clean out. Not a whole lot. Some of them have a little more than that, but that's probably not going to cut the bags and tear up the, you know, the garbage can liners. Should work pretty well. Cutting these barrel tops off is definitely more messy than cutting torch and steel barrels. It's kind of down my shirt and stuff, and a lot of plastic sawdust. But the edges are clean. They're smooth. I don't think they're going to grab a bag and tear it or anything. I can trim them up a little closer even. Some of them do have a little bit of oil left in them. I think it's mostly water with a little bit of oil floating on top. I'll have to figure out something to do there. But this one, I took it down, washed it out. It only had just a tiny bit in there. Got a drain hole and a grab handle, and then up on this, up here, put the bag in it already, but up here, put another grab handle on both sides that I can put a chain to, pick them up with the tractor and lift them over the fence or something like that if I want to. I think, I mean, I don't know how they compare in weight to the steel ones. I think they're a little bit lighter. But best of all, they won't rust out on the bottom. Those steel ones, we got a whole bunch of those that are really sharp and jagged. And not only do they rip the bag when you pull them out, but you gotta be really careful. That's, I mean, the garbage can is dirty. You don't want to get cut with something that nasty. It would almost guarantee it an infection. So, somebody asked me why not just cut the rim of those barrels off instead of the whole lid, and this is why. They lose their shape. This started out as a water tank for the cattle pens and all, but they can't even get their head in there now. This thing's worthless. I don't know why they do that, but they warp. They don't stay without that rim to hold them back. Anyhow, I got nothing today, folks. I'm just kind of puttering with these barrels, and I did a few other things today that really wasn't worth watching either, so I didn't even bother to film it. But I don't know what we'll do tomorrow, but hopefully something a little more entertaining. See you folks tomorrow, and thanks a lot. And like I said, if you're watching this, if you were the kid that turned that off, thank you for coming to talk to me. That says a lot about you. You're a good kid. Just did dumb things. See ya.